Team Octane Incube welcomes you. In earlier episodes, we explored insane technical marvel, Perseverance rover, its launching, Hohman transfer orbit, descent or landing on Mars, or, say, 6 minutes of terror. In this episode we discover Ingenuity Mars Helicopter and, as I said in first episode, the most important part of mission, how the samples would be taken back to Earth. Initially tucked to the belly of Perseverance, the diminutive Ingenuity Mars Helicopter is a technology demonstration that will attempt the first powered, controlled flight on another planet. Ingenuity may weigh only about 1.8 kilograms, but it has some outsize ambitions. Ingenuity features 4 specially made carbon fiber blades, arranged into 2 rotors that spin in opposite directions, at around 2,400 revolutions per minute, many times faster than a passenger helicopter on Earth. Mars' thin atmosphere makes it hard for a helicopter to fly there. Just 1% of Earth's, makes it difficult to achieve enough lift. Ingenuity has to be light, with rotor blades that are much larger, and spin much faster than what would be required for a helicopter of same mass on Earth. It can also be bone-chillingly cold at Jezero crater, where Perseverance will land. Nights that dip down to -130 degrees Fahrenheit or -90 degrees Celsius. The cold will push the design limits of many of project parts. In addition, flight controllers at JPL won't be able to control the helicopter with a joystick. Communication delays are an inherent part of working with spacecraft across interplanetary distances. Commands will need to be sent well in advance, with engineering data coming back from the spacecraft long after each flight takes place. In the meantime, Ingenuity will have a lot of autonomy to make its own decisions about how to fly to a waypoint and keep itself warm. Project engineers and scientists will now put Perseverance through its paces, testing every instrument, subsystem, and subroutine over the next month or 2 after landing. Only then will they deploy the helicopter to the surface for the flight test phase. If successful, Ingenuity could add an aerial dimension to exploration of the Red Planet, in which such helicopters serve as scouts or make deliveries for future astronauts away from their base. Once Ingenuity's test flights are complete, the rover's search for evidence of ancient microbial life will begin in earnest. Now, talking about taking samples back to Earth. It is entirely different way how things arrived to Mars. In April 2018, our letter of intent was signed by NASA and ESA that may provide a basis for a Mars sample return mission. In July 2019, a mission architecture was proposed to return samples to Earth by 2031. In April 2020, an updated version of the mission was presented. The Perseverance rover will collect samples and leave them behind on the surface for later retrieval. After a launch in July 2026, a lander with a 2-stage, solid-fueled Mars ascent rocket, developed by NASA, and a sample collection rover, developed by ESA, lands near the Mars 2020 rover in August 2028. The new rover collects the samples left behind by Mars 2020 and delivers them to the ascent rocket. If Mars 2020 is still operational, it could also deliver samples to the landing site. Once loaded with the samples, the Mars ascent rocket will launch with the sample return canister in spring 2029 and reach a low Mars orbit. The ESA-built Earth Return Orbiter launches on an Ariane 6 booster in October 2026 and arrives at Mars in 2027, using ion propulsion to gradually lower its orbit to the proper altitude by July 2028. The orbiter will retrieve the canister with the samples in orbit and return it to Earth during the 2031 Mars to Earth transfer window. The sample return canister, encapsulated within the Earth re-entry module, lands on Earth later in 2031. Hope we were able to convey what and how we intended to. Video links of all the episodes in this series are available in description. Series playlist has also been shared at the end of this video. I hope you enjoy this informative video series. Please subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon to be informed about new uploads.